called the Legend Killer.
Again, we should really stop referring to Randy Orton as the Legend Killer because that basically means he would, you know,
collide on a stage this big.
No offense to the bogus, equal to, or greater than WrestleMania hype, but Super ShowDown is not exactly a big stage, aside from it literally being a big stage.
The 24/7 title.
Just like I stated in part 1, we're making a big deal about the 24/7 championship on a pay-per-view event where the 24/7 title is neither seen nor added to the drama of the 50-man Battle Royal. What was the point of R-Truth going on this flight to Jeddah if he was never going to be part of the show itself? Jinder Mahal somehow kept himself hidden from all the other wrestlers for 6 hours and not one person questioned why a bathroom was occupied for that long period of time. Hell, I'd be questioning why a bathroom was being occupied after 30 minutes. Also, Jinder figured that all the wrestlers were asleep at one time, not realizing the possibility of at least one of them being awake, that certain one being R-Truth.
Sleeping while they're sleeping.
No one likes a rhymer, Renee.
Regain his covenant.
Winner of WWE Super ShowDown to bring you Insidious Chapter 2. Watch the movie if you don't understand that reference. Jinder Mahal easily passes out with no awareness of his surroundings within 1 minute of closing his eyes. That is actually impressive.
Counts on the headrest.
So freaking hilarious and awesome. This is why R-Truth made the 24/7 championship one of the most popular things on WWE today.
24/7.
R-Truth makes the big mistake of yelling and celebrating his 5th 24/7 title victory, accidentally alerting everybody and causing pandemonium. I'm assuming the reason R-Truth wasn't involved with the show now is because he was hanging out in the airplane bathroom the entire time. Still dumb.
Did you see that?
Yeah, I did see that. You yelled at the referee so much and didn't even pay much attention to Seth Rollins. It's your own fault you didn't win the Universal Championship.
No, I don't actually want you to answer.
Then why did you even ask Byron Saxton if he saw what happened 2 hours ago?
Mammoths set to clash.
Bobby Lashley, your music just hit. Where are you, man? You're supposed to face Braun Strowman. We're on part 2, so previously on WWE. But also, the need of an arm wrestling match between Bobby Lashley and Braun Strowman was just as unnecessary as the match they're competing in tonight.
Plus, I would actually give the...
Hey look, Leo Rush has returned to Bobby Lashley. You can obviously tell because a moth flew right beside him.
Look at this!
Braun Strowman is addicted to Bobby's posing platform, or whatever the hell that thing was. Oh look, a tail of the tape segment that we were so invested in for this match that we were so invested in. Oh, wait. Come on, guys. The previous match that took place at this event had way too many stare downs. Let's not add in more for this match, please. Another look at the temperature in the stadium. Keep this up, and eventually WWE will decide to create their own weather segments during these shows. Also, Renee Young even said it felt like 1,000,000 degrees in her dress, which I call bullshit on because of the obvious air conditioner right beside them from earlier.
Speed and the agility of Bobby Lashley.
Braun Strowman turns his back on his opponent.
Too quick! Whoa!
I'll dock off a sin for the way Bobby lifts up Braun like he's nothing. And also, no, I'm not sinning for copyright infringement on the running power slam, considering Bobby also does that move. Once again, amazing feat of strength.
Bobby's been dead set on proving everybody just why he's so good.
Apparently, it's taken Bobby Lashley well over a year since his return to let people know how great he is. It's been over a year, and I still don't see it. Sad mission, honestly.
Took a swat from Strowman and delivered a swat of his own.
Michael Cole intended to say swat, but ended up saying squat. So Bobby Lashley apparently took a squat from Braun Strowman and then delivered a squat of his own. What?
We've never seen Braun Strowman like this.
Despite the fact that, coincidentally in the same country, Braun Strowman got completely squashed by Brock Lesnar. I can understand if Renee chooses not to remember that, as I would too, but it's still the sad facts of what happened in the past. This guy right over here looking away from this match and spending time talking on his phone. Guess it just goes to show how interesting this match really is.
And Bobby looks like he's enjoying himself.
Well, it's a good thing that Renee Young finally learned how to properly read facial expressions after the fiasco of mix-ups that took place at Crown Jewel. Yeah.
And Strowman with a clubbing.
Wow, from my point of view, it looked like Braun's yelling was more powerful than the punch he gave Bobby. That's a shame. And that's why Braun probably shouldn't have yelled before running toward Bobby in the corner. Alerts him and gives him a 100% chance of countering.
Braun's not finished with you.
It's not cool when you say it, Corey. No offense, but leave the "I'm not finished with you" catchphrase to Braun Strowman.
Strowman again, running power slam.
Even though that's the name of the move, that was in no way a running power slam. A more appropriate name to the situation would have been walk-in power slam because Braun did everything but run.
Who wants a sweaty t-shirt?
The WWE Universe always does. Any fan of any sport always wants one of those, Corey, even if that's disgusting. Again, this Battle Royal is not coming up next. The WWE Championship match is coming up next. Wrong time to promote this Battle Royal.
And claiming what should be rightfully mine.
But what does Samoa Joe expect to claim from winning the 50-man Battle Royal? There's no championship on the line. He already got back his United States Championship from Rey Mysterio, and there's not even a shot at the world title on the line. What does Samoa Joe expect to claim from any of this? What does any of the 50 wrestlers expect to claim from this match, honestly? Apparently, all Dolph Ziggler had to do to get a WWE Championship match was constantly repeat the words, "It should have been me." If getting a title is that easy, then I should have gotten my WWE title match a long time ago, all because it should have been me. Man, I was quite the child back in the day.
Title and it should have been me.
Where the hell were you? Wasting your time doing comedy shows? If Dolph Ziggler claims that it should have been him defeating Daniel Bryan for the WWE Championship at WrestleMania instead of Kofi Kingston, then why the hell did he not do a thing about it? If you're going to complain about jealousy, at least make it sound believable. Seriously. Why isn't Dolph Ziggler cutting his theme song and walking out to nothing? That was honestly perfect for what's currently going on with him, if I'm being honest.
There's one word that you can use to describe Dolph Ziggler.
Crazy.
Accompanied by Xavier Woods.
But where the hell is Big E? He went from returning to the ring from his injury to suddenly disappearing once again.
Shocking return to WWE.
Alright, Dolph, don't get too distracted by your obsession of what should have been you. If you want it to be you, then spend less time talking and more time wrestling. It's that easy.
More elite talent now than there ever has been.
Corey is right. There are 2 overflowed rosters with great talent, 75% of which are not being used in any sort of title picture or any sort of picture on TV whatsoever.
Said he wants to undo the legacy of Kingston.
Winning a championship can't undo the legacy of Kofi Kingston. As a matter of fact, winning a title can never take away the beauty of what went down at WrestleMania 35, or any event for that matter. Can't change the past. So if Dolph's intention is to undo Kofi's legacy, he's wasting his time.
Cover here.
Kofi's right shoulder is down, however his left shoulder is on Dolph's body, which isn't even on the canvas, thus it doesn't qualify as a legal pinfall. Kofi doesn't even punch Dolph that hard, and yet he reacted like he just got his balls crushed in. Really? The one very bad thing about all the events in Saudi Arabia is the audience. They're so quiet you can literally hear the air conditioners at ringside. If I lived in a country that doesn't often get WWE events, I'd be cherishing every moment by going absolutely nuts. The hell was that supposed to be? Dolph yells, hits a kick that doesn't even connect with anything, and that's it? He's really embarrassing himself tonight. Aside from trying to get Kofi Kingston to regain his momentum by means of the New Day Rocks chant, I bet the other reason Xavier Woods started playing his trombone was because he was bored out of his mind and wanted to wake the crowd up from their nap. And I don't blame him for that. The crowd is seriously irritating me with their silence.
Kofi Kingston, the WWE Champion.
That's like the 5th or 6th time in this 10-minute match that Michael Cole has reminded us that Kofi Kingston is the WWE Champion. Something we obviously know. What, did you believe we thought Dolph Ziggler was the champion or something?
Some steam!
Down.
Dolph Ziggler was already starting to fall before Kofi Kingston could even connect with that jumping clothesline.
There. Oh!
Jesus Christ! Dolph's lucky he didn't break his freaking neck. I know a lot of people talk more about The Undertaker nearly landing on his head later on, but how can you not talk about this moment, which looked even more scary than that? Hey! Leave those pancakes alone, Dolph!
Won't be able to kick. Xavier Woods! Oh!
Yeah, I know that Dolph kicked Xavier first. However, 2 wrongs don't make a right. Xavier kicks Dolph, which leads to a Trouble in Paradise that never connected with Dolph, given he fell back before Kofi could even connect with it. So overall, I'm throwing in 5 sins for a highly disappointing conclusion to this WWE title match. Also, Kofi is the good guy, right? If anyone should be on the cheating side to win, it'd be Dolph Ziggler. Makes Kofi look bad as a champion now since the hero's not supposed to cheat.
To all of the passionate fans here.
Was that sarcasm or a direct shot at the fact that the fans in attendance were almost completely silent throughout the entire title match, Corey? We end up watching Dolph Ziggler's walk of shame, but don't seem to watch anyone else's walk of shame.
This has got to be a crushing.
Dolph Ziggler hasn't given Byron Saxton a zigzag for forcing him into a post-match interview following an embarrassing way of losing his match. Can we just stop with the "it should be me" nonsense? I'm tempted to create a bonus round for every time Dolph says that now.
In a steel cage.
Well, since they automatically hand over title matches like candy on Halloween, what are the odds that Dolph will get his wish?
To the Universal Championship.
The Universal Championship match took place 2.5 hours ago. Why are we all of a sudden going back to that? You've been promoting the 50-man Battle Royal all night, but now that it's coming up next, you're going to promote a match that's already been finished? They really got nothing exciting to say tonight, do they? And, of course, a recap of something we've already witnessed.
Is the 50-man...
Well, that would be exciting, except for one other problem. This match actually included 51 wrestlers instead of 50. Still is the largest battle royal in WWE history, however, after being heavily promoted as a 50-wrestler match, it's now become a 51-wrestler match. The Seen brothers in their discount Tyler Breeze outfits. 95% of the wrestlers in this match don't get their individual entrance because obviously that would take forever, but it is still dumb how the last few wrestlers get to have their own entrances.
Earlier tonight vowed he would win it.
Didn't every one of the 50 wrestlers vow to win this Battle Royal? What makes the Miz's word so special compared to everyone else, The word on the screen perfectly described the fireworks added to the Miz's entrance. It indeed was awesome to add it in.
As many people are in the ring, there's no room for his ego.
Wah, wah. Also, if we're talking about the Miz and how there's no room for his ego in the ring, there's no room in this entire stadium for Miz's ego. He's got one of the biggest egos in wrestling.
Having to relinquish the United States Championship last week.
Renee, we're still on the same week that Rey Mysterio handed over the United States Championship back to Samoa Joe. That wasn't last week, it was 4 days ago. Kurt Hawkins, Zack Ryder, and Ali all want Titus O'Neil to be careful coming down the aisle, whereas Ricochet and EC3 are happily hoping he will crash and burn once again, just like the last time we were in Jeddah. I'm on Ricochet and EC3's side, even if that makes me a dick. Also, aren't Kurt and Zack the freaking Raw Tag Team Champions? Where the hell have they been the last 2 months? Like, seriously. They're turning into Brock Lesnar. Thank heavens they lose the titles the following Monday.
Go out to the 49 losers in the ring.
There are actually 50 already in the ring. You're the 51st wrestler in this match, Elias.
Shut your mouth!
Elias doesn't even have to tell the fans to shut their mouths, considering they have been doing that already the entire night. And that's just sad, too. Pre-match assault. There are way too many wrestlers for me to keep up with what's going on at one time. I need like 40 additional guest narrators for this. But of course, that's not until the SummerSlam 2019 sins, so I'll do the best I can for now.
You're eliminated when you go over the top rope.
Commentator annoyingly reminds us of the rules despite everyone knowing how to win this match already cliche.
Someone who's just eliminated.
Poor EC3. He's gonna have to live with the fact that he was the first wrestler eliminated in a 51-man battle royal. I feel bad for him. It's at that moment when you know the nail in his coffin has been hammered in.
Raiders, Samoa Joe, Mojo.
So we're just gonna ignore Luke Gallows being eliminated and not even give him a second glance? Dicks.
That was Ali, I believe.
Does that look anything like Ali to you, Michael? That's obviously Mojo Rawley, not Ali. I might have to add in 3 sins for that horrible mix-up because it's literally impossible to mix these two up.
And again, you have to go over the top rope.
We get it already. Shut up with the reminders on the rules of this match.
I have no more water weight left in me.
I'll actually go ahead and take off a sin because this confrontation between AOP, Heavy Machinery, and the Viking Raiders was awesome. If only they squared off in a triple threat tag team match.
Pay good money to watch in the future.
What a shame that the camera panned back to the ring a little late. We ended up missing a majority of Ivar's impressive agility. Eric making the big mistake of leaning over the top rope upon eliminating an opponent. That's truthfully the worst strategy you could do in Battle Royal matches. Sorry, but no. It was only funny when Titus O'Neil slipped and fell by accident at the Greatest Royal Rumble. We don't need to keep referencing what happened, otherwise it won't look as funny anymore.
Hot damn!
What a devastating kick to the air.
About how strong he is.
What the hell's Titus thinking? He was ready to eliminate Brad Maddox, but then decided to just leave him alone and walk away for whatever reason. What? Wait, that was Chad Gable? Holy shit, I could have sworn that was Brad Maddox.
Titus O'Neil just eliminated.
Tag team is always thrown into each other when they're both eliminated at one time, cliche.
The inaugural 24/7 champion.
And yet no one is confused on the whereabouts of the current 24/7 champion. Did somebody check that airplane bathroom?
And Ryder up over the top.
Wrestler eliminates his own partner, cliche.
Like the Mets, hits the floor hard.
Michael, it's my job to make insulting references to other sports teams during these events. And either way, we're not at the home of the Mets, so that reference was unneeded, despite Kurt Hawkins being from New York.
Now we can at least start to make out.
What?
Humanity.
Sin Cara and Matt Hardy were fighting on the ropes, then decided to randomly hug it out for whatever reason.
I talked to Mansoor earlier.
Wrong, Renee. I know for a fact you didn't talk to Mansoor earlier tonight, because you literally just asked, who is that 10 seconds ago? If you talked to him earlier as you claim you did, you would have recognized him in this Battle Royal.
No, now is not the time for this.
Corey Graves would be great at CinemaSins 2 expansion.
See the look in Xavier Woods' body.
I think he meant to say, see the look on Xavier Woods' face, not his body. How can you see the look on someone's body when it's a facial expression that tells the story?
Top show with a win over the Revival.
Michael Cole's delayed reaction to Rowan's elimination.
Oh, there go the Revival.
Oh my god! That is clearly the Usos who got eliminated, not the Revival. The commentators are really not doing well in this match, are they?
Cesaro here.
Cedric Alexander clearly got his jaw raked by Cesaro, yet proceeds to clutch his eyes. That's WWE logic for us, as usual. Sin Cara does a vintage botch, causing Cesaro to flip forward on his own accord. The hilarious way Corey Graves said Kinshasa, as though he said it while vomiting in his mouth a little. Yep, you saw that correctly. Shinsuke Nakamura, one of the best talented wrestlers from Japan and even in NXT, the winner of the 2018 Royal Rumble and the master of the low blows, was eliminated by Sin Cara. You can literally hear the outrage as I posted that.
I think Miz is all...
Haha, the Miz slipped. Ricochet gets chopped by Samoa Joe, which makes him attempt to do a trust fall. Unfortunately, there was nobody to catch him.
Samoa Joe over the top rope.
Samoa Joe truly is the one who should receive credit on his own elimination, considering he clearly jumped out of the ring on his own accord. While most would just jump on social media and hypocritically complain about WWE letting a hometown wrestler win a major match like this, despite complaining about WWE not letting hometown wrestlers win major matches too, I will remove a few sins as a congratulations to Mansoor on winning the 51-man Battle Royal, because nobody else can say they survived 50 wrestlers at one time.
There's literally no fluid in my body.
Haha, screw you. Most of the matches set up for the next pay-per-view, WWE Stomping Grounds, were rematches randomly added because reasons. Maybe except for Kofi vs. Dolph in a cage match, since Dolph set it up. This match would have been great if it took place 15 years ago, but the fact that we're still having The Undertaker and Goldberg competing wrestling matches despite their severely aging bodies is stupid, disrespectful to their health, disrespectful to their legend, and just a pathetic cash grab. No other reason. This is definitely going to continue, so I'm adding in 50 sins for WWE being stupid. 40 seconds of listening to Goldberg's music while panning the crowd before we even cut to his locker room. And even then, it's still going to add in so much to the runtime. Also, no joke, literally 10 goddamn minutes of entrances for 2 goddamn wrestlers! For a match that's only a minute shorter. And even their long-ass entrances were better than the match itself. Another 10 sins added to the counter. Goldberg, that's a pull-open door, not a push-open. So all you basically did was bust yourself open by accident and begin what later becomes a concussion. Take out the first G in these balloon letters and then it would look more accurate. And now, after waiting 40 seconds just for Goldberg to come out of his locker room, now we gotta wait another 65 seconds just for Goldberg to appear on the freaking stage. He's literally behind the curtain too. Why are we waiting all the time? Here's another 5 sins. Those delayed pyrotechnics were so bad and extremely hard to watch. Can we just get this match over with so we can be done here?
The Universal title and the WWE title.
Excuse me, I checked the records of the WWE Championship, and from what I've seen, Goldberg has never held the WWE Championship at all. Michael Cole was correct about the WCW title, the WWE World Heavyweight title, and the Universal title, but not the WWE Championship itself. As much as this match was embarrassing to watch, the return of The Undertaker's Druids and that scary organ music remix of the Druids' theme kicked ass. Doesn't matter how old he is, seeing The Undertaker perform his entrance is scary and intense. Best entrance in the world, don't at me. Over 35 seconds of The Undertaker's bells. Holy shit, I love the addition of the Vortex, like looking inside of a tornado. Amazing entrance from The Undertaker. You can tell even the referee is bored from watching Goldberg and The Undertaker do nothing but stare at each other. Copyright infringement.
This is like watching Muhammad Ali fight Mike Tyson.
Wrong, Corey. Very wrong. Mike Tyson and the late, great Muhammad Ali wouldn't be stupid enough to get back into the ring to fight each other at a very old age.
Hard, here comes Goldberg. Oh!
And with that, Goldberg suffered a concussion and the match has become more sad than it already was.
Tombstone!
Another reason why The Undertaker shouldn't even be competing anymore. He just dropped Goldberg right on his fucking head. Please stop. Stop! Keep this up and The Undertaker will end up legitimately killing his opponents. This has gone far enough, WWE. Take this!
The Undertaker!
No way!
And the same thing could be said for Goldberg. He could have freaking killed The Undertaker right there. Another million sins for WWE forcing the old wrestlers to compete. No matter how much money you make, learn to say no, guys. Learn to say no!
Oh, he was looking for...
This is unbearable. I seriously don't understand how any of this is worth the money anymore. I don't.
And now Undertaker with a choke.
And that's why the match should have stopped after the Tombstone Piledriver.
Here's the cover.
The Undertaker isn't even hooking Goldberg's leg, yet it's still up in the air.
And it's over.
As much as this was an embarrassing main event performance, just like Crown Jewel, I will remove a sin for these two ending the match right then and there before it got worse. Removing one sin isn't going to do much for the massive counter, but at least they did the right thing and ended it now.